Archangel Michael says, the night wind is carrying a silent cry to the ears of the heavens. There's someone in your life who can no longer carry the weight of what they know about you. They are breaking down moment by moment, silently pleading for you to uncover what was buried in truth. You are being shielded from a revelation that has the power to change the way you see everything. This person, who looks composed on the surface, is internally collapsing from anxiety. Their hands shake, their mind races, and they whisper your name in prayer without you knowing. Each day that passes is dragging them closer to a mental collapse, because the secret they hold involves your destiny. They have been watching you from the shadows, carrying guilt, fear, and a desperate need to come forward. But something is holding them back, something stronger than fear, spiritual interference. Archangel Michael says, this interference was deliberately placed to keep your lives apart, because together, you two are unstoppable. Forces who fear your awakening have tried to confuse this person's mind, but heaven has had enough of their silence. The truth must come out now, and it begins with you. Type Amen to get blessing 333. There was a time when this person laughed with you or at least dreamt of doing so. They imagined a moment of peace, when they could sit beside you and speak without trembling. But now, their dreams are full of terror and visions of you slipping further away. They once wrote down everything they wanted to tell you. The truth about your shared past, the connection neither of you fully understood, and what truly happened that day. The letter was never sent, it still sits hidden, stained with a tear they didn't mean to let fall. This isn't just emotional. Their body is giving up from the weight of the lies they've been forced to accept. They feel pain in the chest, unexplained fatigue, and waking panic that disappears only when they whisper your name. Comment now if your heart feels this pull. They made a deal with someone long ago to protect you from knowledge you weren't ready to receive. But that deal has become a cage. And now, they're choking inside that cage, suffocating with every breath they take in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The truth is connected to your childhood, something that was wiped from your memory to protect your spirit. You saw something that day, a conversation, a shadow, a face, that was not meant for your young eyes. This person saw it too and has carried the burden ever since. They have tried everything to pretend it never happened, but their soul won't let them forget. Every time they see a certain color, smell a familiar scent, or hear a certain tone in someone's voice, it all rushes back. And with it, the torment increases. Archangel Michael says, this person has been chosen to come forward, but heaven will not force free will. They must choose courage. And right now, they're standing at the edge, either to speak or to shatter entirely. They have written your name in journals filled with truths you've never heard. Pages and pages of everything they couldn't bring themselves to say. Now one page is missing, it has been torn, burned in panic, because what was on it was too powerful. Type Amen to get blessing 555. They once tried to approach you. Their hand reached for their phone, their foot moved toward your path, but something unseen pulled them back. They fell ill afterward, and no doctor could explain why. That was no coincidence, it was a spiritual backlash. Someone who doesn't want you to rise is manipulating their silence. They whisper in their ear through people, media, and nightmares. But even with that torment, your connection is screaming through the veil. This is not a random person. This is someone linked to your soul's calling. You were supposed to meet again under divine timing, but someone tampered with the clock. Comment, I claim this truth, if you feel the shift. This person is dying not just from stress, but from suppression. Their purpose is unfinished, and until they deliver this message, their spirit cannot rest. They think telling you might ruin everything, but the truth is, it might save you both. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Your paths crossed in a divine agreement before you were born. You both signed a spiritual contract to help each other ascend. But someone interfered. Someone jealous of what you two could become when aligned. This person loved you, or still does, in a way that defies logic. And that love, now twisted by pain, is eating them alive. They watch you from afar, every success of yours pulling a cry from their chest because they know they were supposed to be part of it. Archangel Michael says, Heaven is sending signs to both of you. Repeating numbers, dreams that feel too real, names you hear more than once in a day, these are not coincidences. These are divine pings to wake you up. You were separated for safety, but now, You were separated for safety, but now, Heaven says it's time. No more hiding. No more delay. Type Amen to get blessing 888. This person knows something about someone in your family. They uncovered a truth and have kept it hidden to avoid shaking your entire foundation. But it has already shaken theirs. The stress is turning into illness, migraines, heart palpitations, moments where they forget where they are. Doctors say it's anxiety. But the angels say it's guilt. They're crying in places no one sees. They smile in public, but inside, they are drowning. Because they know that once you hear what they know, nothing will ever be the same again. Comment, reveal it now, if your spirit is ready. This goes beyond emotions, there is a spiritual chain binding both of you. You are feeling things and don't know why. Sudden sadness, anger, or energy spikes. It's not just you. It's their stress leaking into your field. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Archangel Michael says, this person may have even tried to forget you. But every time they tried, Heaven pulled them back. Even music, a word on a billboard, or someone laughing your name is enough to bring it all crashing back. They saw something about your future. A prophecy. A vision. A glimpse of who you are meant to become, and it terrified them. Because they realized they were meant to help protect it, and they failed. This person carries a piece of your spiritual blueprint. They may even hold a key to something locked in your destiny. And until that key is returned, you will always feel a gap you cannot explain. Type Amen to get blessing 222. They dream of you calling their name in distress. They wake up covered in sweat, trembling, crying for forgiveness. You haven't heard their truth, not because they didn't want to speak, but because they didn't want to harm you. They are being spiritually watched. Each time they prepare to write you, interference arrives. Their internet breaks, their phone dies, their mind blanks. Someone doesn't want this connection to reawaken. Comment, unlock the truth, if your energy is aligned to receive. You are being prepared now. Heaven is shifting things around you to finally expose the lie. People around you will act strange. That's your sign. Someone close is feeling the ripple of the coming truth. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. You may have heard whispers. Pieces of gossip that didn't make sense. But when this truth comes out, those pieces will fit together like a haunting puzzle. This person knew about a betrayal, but they were silenced by fear. Someone warned them that telling you would cost everything. And now, not telling is costing their sanity. Archangel Michael says, this silence has lasted long enough. The truth cannot be buried forever. And if they don't tell you, heaven will reveal it another way. Your destiny is waiting for this crack to open. And it will open soon. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. This message may be the very nudge they feel in their spirit tonight. They will feel you thinking of them. They will feel your energy reading this and they will tremble. Their phone may buzz. A call may come through. A shadow may pass their window. That's heaven saying, it's time. Let them come forward now. Let the secret become a seed for healing, not destruction. Let the stress dissolve into divine purpose. Comment, I'm ready, if you are. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. They are not a stranger to you. Their face might be familiar, or their voice may have once been the one that brought you comfort. But now, it's the same voice trapped in silence, wishing you could see through the veil and know what they've been holding back. You once laughed together, or at the very least crossed paths in moments designed by the divine. Now they live in regret, unable to undo what was done, and too frightened to step forward. Their nights are long, filled with questions they cannot answer and memories they cannot erase. They have tried to distract themselves with work, with people, with anything to keep from breaking apart. But no distraction can dim the screaming voice inside telling them to come forward. They've been pushed to the brink, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Archangel Michael says, this pressure is not accidental. The divine is applying heat so the truth can no longer be hidden. This person is not just stressed, they are spiritually unwell. And the only healing begins with telling you everything. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. There's an old photograph of you both somewhere. It's not on display. It's hidden in a drawer or a box they haven't opened in years. But that image holds a secret, an expression, a background detail, or something said just before the picture was taken. They stare at it sometimes when no one's looking, and each time, their chest tightens. They remember the sound of your voice in that moment. And they know exactly what they should have said but never did. The secret isn't just about you. It's about what they saw others doing to you behind your back. A group, a message, a warning, something they ignored when they should have acted. Comment, I receive this awakening, if your soul is aligned. They let it happen. Not because they didn't care, but because they didn't know how to stop it. And now, the memory of that moment has become a prison they live in every day. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Their health is now failing. You don't see it, but their body shows signs. Weight loss, hair thinning, insomnia, unexplained trembling. They say it's just stress, but spiritually, it's because they carry a message meant for your ears alone. And heaven won't let them rest until it's delivered. There's a document involved, something signed, hidden, or deleted. It contains truth they had access to. It might be legal, it might be personal, but it's the weight of that knowledge that's destroying them from the inside out. Archangel Michael says, your intuition is already picking up the signs. That feeling in your chest. The sudden emotion. That's the thread pulling you toward the full revelation. You were never supposed to be blind to this. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. A woman is involved, an older figure who influenced their silence. She warned them that telling you would bring curses, shame, or loss. But those were lies wrapped in fear. This woman held power over their choices. But now her influence is breaking. Every time they try to sleep, her voice echoes, but so does yours. Your energy is becoming stronger than the control that bound them. They tried writing you one more time recently. The message is still saved in their drafts, unfinished. Every word they type makes them cry. Comment, release the truth now, if you feel the pull inside. The moment they click send, their life will never be the same. But neither will yours. And heaven is waiting. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. They've been preparing for this day for months without even realizing it. Every nightmare, every unexplained coincidence, every spiritual sign, they're not random. They are part of the countdown. You will know who they are soon. A message will come. A strange dream. Or someone will say something that doesn't make sense, until you realize it's all connected. Archangel Michael says, divine timing is reaching its peak. They are almost out of time. And this is the last chance for them to release the truth before heaven releases it for them. There is an object you own, a gift, a trinket, a piece of jewelry, that vibrates differently now. That's your signal. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. They once heard someone speak ill of you and said nothing. That moment haunts them more than anything. Because they could have protected your name, your spirit, but fear made them freeze. This isn't just regret. It's spiritual torment. Their angels have been showing them flashes of what your life could have been if they had acted. They see you in their dreams, sometimes crying. Sometimes glowing. But always asking, silently, why didn't you protect me? They wake up sobbing. Comment, I'm ready to hear it all, if your spirit is braced for truth. They've even tried to confess to someone else. But every time they start, something stops them. The words disappear. The throat closes. The past repeats. Type Amen to get blessing 8888. This person might live close or be in another place entirely. But spiritual distance means nothing. Their energy is tethered to yours. That's why you've been feeling unexplainable sadness, bursts of confusion, or moments of deep longing. They are projecting their stress onto you without knowing. The longer this goes on, the more intense the symptoms become. It must be severed or healed. Archangel Michael says, "It is your divine right to receive clarity. You were never meant to live in the fog of lies and hidden memories." And this message is the divine tool to begin your awakening. Heaven is opening a door for both of you now. Type Amen to get blessing 5555. A divine mirror is being held up between your soul and theirs. You are reflecting pain back and forth until the truth is spoken. This mirror can heal or shatter, depending on one final choice. They will either send the message or try to bury it one last time. But the heavens say, if they bury it, something else will rise in its place. And it won't be as gentle. There's a chance meeting coming. An accidental encounter. It will feel strange, familiar, fated. It might even be brief. But in that moment, truth will start to leak through their eyes. Watch their eyes. Comment, "I will not miss this," if you are alert. Heaven is not giving second chances anymore. This is the window. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. They've been carrying this burden for so long that even their spirit guides are beginning to step back in sorrow. Because a soul is not meant to live with that much unspoken truth. It twists the soul, dulls the light, and blocks every path to peace. They've pushed people away. Cancelled plans. Ignored calls. Not because they don't care, but because the pain is too loud, and the truth is too heavy to hide around others. Every conversation feels fake, every smile forced. And yet, there is still a part of them praying for forgiveness. Not just from you, but from the divine. They know the moment they come forward, everything will shift. Archangel Michael says, your destiny is woven with theirs. But unless this knot is untied, both of you remain stuck at a spiritual crossing. The time to act is now. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. This stress is not just emotional, it's karmic. It reaches back through lifetimes, through ancestral bloodlines, through broken promises that echo forward into the now. And unless this truth is spoken, that karma will repeat again. They've started seeing signs. Repeating numbers. Flickering lights. Sudden nausea when they think of you. These are not coincidences. They are spiritual wake-up calls. They know they wronged you, not always directly, but in moments of silence, in moments of inaction, in moments of watching when they should have stood up. That regret is now crushing their ribs. Comment, end the silence, if you feel this resonance. Heaven is wrapping them in light tonight. Not to shield them from the truth, but to give them one last strength to release it. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. You've probably sensed that someone is suffering because of something they haven't told you. You may have even brushed it off, thinking it was your imagination. But now you know, it wasn't. You were being spiritually alerted to this very message. And now, you are being called to prepare your heart. Because the flood is coming. And it brings both tears and healing. The person may soon leave a comment, a voicemail, or even a written note that arrives unexpectedly. Do not dismiss it. Read it with your soul. Archangel Michael says, this confession will be chaotic at first. But hidden inside is a divine seed. A seed that unlocks not just understanding, but power. Type Amen to get blessing 7272. You may not recognize them at first when they appear. They may not look the same. Life and stress has changed their appearance. But when they speak, your soul will remember. They may break down in front of you. Shake. Collapse. Say the wrong things. Don't focus on their words, focus on their tears. They've held this in so long, their tongue will stumble through the truth. This person knows something about your name. Your spiritual name. Your soul's mission. And they've been holding back from telling you because once it's spoken, it activates everything. Comment, activate my destiny, if you're ready. They tried to give this message to someone else to pass along. But it was blocked. That was heaven's design. Because this was always meant for your ears only. Type Amen to get blessing 3939. They saw a vision of your future once, and it frightened them. Not because it was dark, but because it was too bright. They couldn't believe you were chosen for something so divine. And they felt unworthy. That unworthiness has become poison. It's why they sabotage, run, and disappear. They are afraid that once you know the truth, you'll realize they were never enough. But the divine sees otherwise. Archangel Michael says, this truth may sting, but it also sets you free. You've been stuck without knowing it. And once this truth lands in your hands, everything changes, fast. Your dreams may become more vivid. You may start hearing whispers when you wake. These are the echoes of truth unbinding. Type Amen to get blessing 121. They saw a document once with your name on it. It wasn't meant for their eyes, but they read it anyway. What they read changed everything. But instead of telling you, they panicked. They thought hiding it would protect you. But now they realize hiding it only harmed you more. And themselves. Their heart is beating faster tonight. Their soul is pounding from the inside. And as you read this, they are feeling your presence. Comment, reveal and release if your energy is ready to receive. Heaven is Gidi. Your thoughts now, preparing your heart like soft clay. What's coming is not easy, but it is holy. Type Amen to get blessing 141. They've suffered enough in silence. Every day that goes by without truth is another day closer to spiritual collapse. And heaven will not allow it to go further. This message is now their last chance. They are seeing this too. Whether directly or through another form, this message is reaching them. It is wrapping around them like a storm, whispering, "Speak now or forever lose your peace." Archangel Michael says, if they don't act within these coming hours, divine hands will tear open what they've tried to keep closed. Not to punish them, but to free you. You will soon feel a shift. A presence near you. A truth unraveling. Type Amen to get blessing 5252. This is the final call. The pressure in their chest is no longer physical, it's divine. Heaven is standing over them, urging. Your angels are whispering in their ear. Your name is glowing in the spirit realm. They have no more excuses. And now, you must be ready for the day you'll finally know. Comment, I accept the divine truth, and let the blessing flow in. Type Amen to get blessing 111.